Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening, and it's always nice to look out and see individuals here within the audience. With that, the clerk will call the roll.
Dilbert.
Here.
Brockmeyer. Here. Campbell. Here. Teresa.
Here.
Downing.
Here.
Heigert. Oswald.
Here.
Tim.
Here. Okay, 7-0. Okay, 7. I hope everyone's had an opportunity to take a look at your habits and taking a look at the minutes from the previous meeting. If everything looks in order, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Motion has been made by Alderman Downey, second by Alderman DeRiso, that we approve the minutes of the previous meeting. All those in favor say aye, those opposed say no, and the ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. Next, we will go to our officers' report, treasurer's report, police report, approval of bills, and approval of lake bills, lake ad hoc bills, and lake watershed. Okay, with that, I will start with Sarah on finance.
General fund expenses were $99,312.31. Infrastructure fund was $4,508. Insurance was $1,568.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Joe?
Motor fuel tax, $3,371.47. Street fund, $27,284.56. Water fund, $13,115.21.
Okay, Doug?
Lake, $192.
Okay, you're all closed up now.
Yes,
Okay, Santa's not coming to the lake?
probably not this year.
Okay, got it. Okay, Cindy?
I don't have anything under fire.
Okay, all right, thank you. I then,
Mayor, I will move that we approve the budget officer's report, treasurer's report, police report, all bills, including lake bills, lake ad hoc, and lake watershed bills as presented.
okay, motion has been made by Alderman DeRiso, second by Alderman Campbell, that we approve the budgets of the budget officer's report, treasurer's report, police report, approval of bills of the lake bills, lake ad hoc bills, and the lake watershed. The clerk will call the roll.
Tim. Oswald. Downing.
Yes.
Teresa.
Aye.
Campbell.
Aye.
Brockmeyer. Yes. Dilbert.
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried, 7-0. In your packet, you will see under correspondence the Goodman County Cruisers, and they are asking to have their cruise in up on the square. I believe the Saturday, July 28th. As you are all aware that this project that they do raises funds for the school, $7,400, which was raised last year. They're also asking for the interior of the square, the first block of East Main, similar to what they have done with the Lions event, and they would like to make sure that they have this blocked off until after the Rotary Ice Cream Social on Friday evening. Okay, I will then, can I have a motion to?
Motion to place on file, approved.
Second.
Motion has been made by Alderman Downing, second by Alderman DeRiso, that the correspondence from Dennis Pickrell representing the Carlinville Cruisers be placed on file. Okay, next on the agenda will be the band booth. Oh, I need a vote. Yeah, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried, 7-0. Next on the agenda is the Carlinville Band Boosters. Any question on their request? They're going to have a 5K run.
Mayor, I'd like to know if the city clerk is going to represent the city in the run.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I believe the route has been reviewed by Lieutenant Graham and the police department and chief. Everything's good with that? Okay. Then I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I'd move that we approve the request and place the correspondence on file as presented.
Okay, motion has been made by Alderman Doriso, second by Alderman Downey, that we place the correspondence on file for, the Carlinville Band Boosters. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no, and the correspondence will be placed on file. Okay, next on our agenda is the, we have received a letter from Attorney Foreman. And, with that, I'm going to have our attorney, read the letter that we have received. It is in your packet.
This is a letter from Attorney Foreman, Foreman and Kessler. His office apparently is in Salem, Illinois. It has notice of criminal trespass, Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. Dear Dan, please be advised that I represent Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. I'm writing to explain the nature of the organization and perhaps more importantly, to point out the distinction between it and its constituent municipal members as regards to the Open Meeting Act and the right to prohibit uninvited persons from attending and or attempting to disrupt our meetings. The Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. is an Illinois not-for-profit corporation that currently consists of 3 members, the City of Carlinville, the Village of Dorchester, and the Jersey County Rural Water Company. The City of Carlinville is a municipal corporation, as is the Village of Dorchester. Jersey County Rural Water Company is a private, not-for-profit corporation. The City of Carlinville and the Village of Dorchester are units of local government. Jersey County Rural Water Company is not. Municipalities are subject to the Open Meetings Act. Private, not-for-profit corporations such as Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. and Jersey County Rural Water Company are not. Article 7, Section 10 of the Illinois Constitution allows municipalities to join together and associate with private corporations in any manner not expressly prohibited by law. More specifically, the second sentence of subparagraph A of said section and the pertinent part provides, quote, units of local government may contract and otherwise associate with individuals, associations, and corporations in any manner not prohibited by law or by ordinance. An association is, inter alia, defined as an organization or partnership of persons or entities having a common purpose or goal. Likewise, to associate is to unite, combine, or join together to pursue a common interest or purpose. 805 ILCS 105/103.05, the Illinois Not-for-Profit Business Corporations Act expressly states that not-for-profit corporations may be organized for the purpose of owning and operating water supply facilities for drinking and general domestic use on a mutual cooperative basis. The Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. is an association amongst 2 units of local government and a private not-for-profit corporation united for a common purpose, namely the provision of potable water to its members on a mutual cooperative basis, and is thus expressly authorized by the Illinois Constitution and the Illinois Not-for-Profit Business Corporations Act. Article 7, Section 10 of the Illinois Constitution eliminated the effect of what is commonly referred to as Dillon's Rule with respect to intergovernmental agreements and municipal associations with private corporations. Dillon's Rule is a common law rule which limits the powers of municipal corporations to those expressly granted or incident to powers expressly granted by the General Assembly. The rule resolved any doubt as to the existence of power against the municipality, citing Elsno versus City of Chicago with the citations. Article 7, Section 10 of the Illinois Constitution was intended to encourage cooperation among units of local government and corporations so as to remove the necessity of express or implied statutory authorization for these types of cooperative ventures because they are believed to be in the public interest. Here he cites Village of Elmwood Park, West Forest Preserve of Cook County, with the rest of the citation. 1974, the prior case was 1929. The drafters of the state constitution recognized that Dillon's rule operated against rather than in favor of the public health, safety, and welfare in this particular context. It essentially handcuffed local governmental units and prevented them from going forward with many worthwhile projects. Article 7, Section 10 abrogated Dillon's rule of strictly construing legislative grants of authority to local governments. It reversed Dillon's rule as a matter of public policy in recognition of the public benefit which results from said cooperation, citing Connolly versus County Clerk, 1973 with citations, and Village of Sherman versus Village of Williamsville, 1982 with citations. In Village of Sherman versus Village of Williamsville, a 1982 case, the court found the municipalities were authorized to enter into the disputed water supply contract despite the absence of actual express statutory grant of authority to do so. Although the Village of Sherman Supra involved the right of two municipalities to contract with a water commission pursuant to the first sentence of subparagraph A of Article 7, Section 10, the ruling applies with equal force to the second sentence as well. In so holding, the court relied on the following excerpts from the Constitutional Convention, which explains the advantage of allowing these type of intergovernmental agreements, combination of powers and associations, in the pertinent parts stating, it permits, quote, it permits smaller units of local government by combining to perform specific services or functions to develop economies of scale with resultant cost reductions. We think in the long run that vigorous intergovernmental cooperation will reduce the need for special districts and will permit the provision of services which no single unit can provide. And that's citing for record of proceedings, the 6th Illinois Constitutional Convention, 33421. You will notice that, and this is still quoting the Constitutional Convention, you will notice the language of the Intergovernmental Cooperation article is based upon an affirmative grant of self-executing power, which in essence means that it's there unless it's prohibited by the General Assembly by general law. So it's a provision that says you can do it unless the General Assembly says you can't. Again, citing for proceedings 3426. This is precisely the reason why these three entities decided to associate with one another to form the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., to achieve an economy of scale with respect to the provision of water services that anyone acting alone could not accomplish. Any suggestion that the municipality does not have the authority to join this organization is simply wrong, and if necessary, will be demonstrated in a court of law. I would strongly recommend the city not take legal advice from uneducated laypersons and watchdog groups who misapprehend the law and simply do not know what they're talking about. The Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., being a not-for-profit corporation, is not subject to the Open Meetings Act, notwithstanding the fact that two of its members are. Likewise, the fact that those constituent members contribute money to the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. does not alter the result. And there he cites Hop versus Top Corporation, a 1993 case out of the 1st District, and Rockford Newspapers versus Northern Illinois Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, a 1978 2nd District case. In the past, certain members of the Carlinville City Council have violated the Open Meetings Act in furtherance of an ill-fated attempt to obstruct my client's business. My purpose in writing is to notify you that I am hereby putting a stop to that interference. Please be advised that henceforth no members of your city council, other than your appointed representative, will be permitted to attend our meetings. I will not permit uninvited members of your city council permit uninvited members of your city council from conducting an unauthorized sua sponte meeting within our meeting. To illustrate, the Open Meetings Act applies anytime a majority of a public body is present and public business of that municipality is being discussed. Carlinville City Council consists of 8 members, hence 5 or more members of the municipal board constitute a quorum. 3 members constitutes the majority of a quorum. As a result, if 3 or more city council members are present at any location and begin discussing the municipality's own business as distinguished from the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc.'s business, then a meeting of the city of Carlinville is taking place and the city must comply with the Open Meetings Act. This was recently the case when 3 members of the Carlinville City Council, not counting the appointed representative, showed up at our meeting and began debating whether it was a good idea for Carlinville to participate in the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., or seek other alternative potable water sources. On that occasion, a meeting of the city of Carlinville erupted within a meeting of the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., which meeting is otherwise not a public meeting. This disrupts the normal order of business and creates problems for both Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. and the city of Carlinville. Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. meetings are not the time or place for the city of Carlinville to discuss its internal business. The issue of whether the city of Carlinville should be a member or not is an issue that should be discussed in an open meeting of the city of Carlinville, not a private meeting of the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. Having appointed a representative to the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., that decision appears to have been already made. The motive of those second guessing of that decision escapes me. Nevertheless, the point remains that our meetings are not the appropriate forum for these people to discuss that issue. Simply put, I, as the legal representative for the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc., will not permit our meeting to be hijacked by certain members of your city council to divert attention onto a tangent issue which is relevant only to a disgruntled faction of your board. Those matters must be vented in-house, not at our meetings. Our meetings are to discuss the business of the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. Consequently, please be advised that henceforth all members of your city council, other than your appointed representative, are prohibited from attending our meetings. Please consider this correspondence as notice pursuant to 720 ILCS 5/21-1 at sake that says persons, including but not limited to Randy Bilbrook, Kim Hygert, and Beth Tin, shall not enter the premises where the meetings of the Illinois Alluvial Regional Water Company, Inc. are taking place. To that end, Jersey County Rural Water Company will post a notice at the entrance to the building where said meetings will be held to notify said persons that they may not enter. Any attempted violation of this notice will be reported to local law enforcement as criminal trespass and will be enforced and prosecuted as such. It is unfortunate that a small group of misinformed individuals with personal agendas seeks to stand in the way of the entire community's lawful attempts to seek a safe, stable source of potable water for many years in the future, but such is the nature of our recent political environment. I hope you can appreciate my reason for having to take such a firm stance on this issue. Thanking you, I remain David M. Foreman.
Okay. Are there any questions to this correspondence? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question because under the previous attorney's guidance, it was an open meeting at Jerseyville. At that meeting, I said not one word. It's on video. I went there, I actually went to the city clerk on Wednesday because I had not received a water update from the regional water since I've been on the water ad hoc committee back in May. In June, when Brian said we needed 6 more weeks. Not one time did we get an update what was going on. So I went over there and I put it on the agenda to say, I want to know what's going on, and I wanted to observe quietly to see what is going on. And then I came to the last council meeting and observed what I said. So I'm the one that put the update on the agenda, I mean, I don't know when we would have got an update. So I take it kind of an offense that I disrupted the meeting, but I said not one word after the meeting, just in the audience. And it was an open meeting under the previous council, guidance of our previous council.
Is any other questions? Yes, Cindy?
I think that that's true, Randy, but he's not our previous counsel. His interests are to protect what the company is trying to accomplish. I don't think that's what he's saying necessarily. But I do provide updates regularly. We hadn't had a meeting between, so that's why I didn't give it an update, but I will do the best I can to keep the council informed about what's going on. I will.
Anyone else have questions? Yes, Joe?
Mayor, I would move we place the form of correspondence on file as presented.
Okay, motion has been made by Alderman Teresa, second by, Alderman,
Buckmeyer.
Broadwater, I'm sorry, yes. All the clerk will call the roll. Any objections on this? Anything, anyone else have anything to say before roll call?
I do just wanna say, there is a video of that meeting on YouTube, that anybody who wants to be accusatory of anyone should probably look at that. I did ask a question, I asked if I was allowed to ask a question of the president, and simply asked the representative from Dorchester, that I was surprised to see sitting at the table, if they had voted in Dorchester to do that, and if they've notified Felicity of their decision. Was the only question I asked, nothing to do with Carlinville's business, but
Any other
it's
questions?
there to be viewed.
Motion has been made by Alderman Teresa, second by, Alderman Rothmeyer. The clerk will call the roll.
Downey,
Yes.
Philbrook, Brockmeyer,
Yes.
Campbell,
Aye.
Toon,
Aye.
Oswald, Teresa.
Aye.
Okay, this correspondence will be placed on file and, will be proceeded, I guess, there shouldn't be any other action on it. See what happens.
Keep the council informed if I
Keep you
receive any
informed.
further correspondence.
Okay, with that, any public comment? Yes, Sarah?
I just wanna say the Elks Lodge had a Thursday for all the, city employees, and it was very nice. There weren't a lot of us there, but it was very nice, and it's very nice that they thought of us at Christmas time.
Went to, I think we're gonna be, sending out a thank you to Dale Caston and the Elks here. It was very nice, and, they went to a lot of work to do this. Also, I had been passing around a card. This card is for, Rick Bertnetti, if there's anyone here that would care to send him we're thinking of him and hoping he gets well soon. They'll be here if you care to sign it. Any other business? If not, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Mayor, I move we go into executive session for the purpose of discussion of litigation.
Okay, the motion has been made by Alderman Teresa, second by Alderman Oswald, that we go into executive session for the purpose of litigation. And I do not think we'll come back with anything tonight, at this point. So I think our meeting will be over, but you're more than welcome to stay, but I don't think we'll be taking any action tonight. Do you, Joe? No.
Not to my knowledge, I don't know.
No, I don't think we'll be taking any action. So, anyway, we're going to, take about
I need a roll
oh,
call to go
need
into
a roll call?
exec.
Yeah.
Oswald,
Aye.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Brockmeyer,
Yes.
Teresa,
Aye.
Campbell,
Aye.
Toon,
Aye.
Downey.
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried, 7-0. With that, we will go into executive session. We'll take just a few minutes to clear out the room. On behalf of the city and the city council, we'd like to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. So, thank you for coming and enjoy your holiday.